dancers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Claudia Dean and today I'm filming a video on how to stay motivated. A lot of you have asked me about this, so I wanted to pass you my top tips on how to keep motivated during performances and even just for general dance classes. As much as I obviously love filming my class tutorials, I know when I was your age, I would have loved to have had someone to sort of pass on their tips on all these different topics. So if you enjoy it, please subscribe to my channel below because I seriously have so many videos coming for you all. I've been filming non-stop with all different dances. You are going to absolutely love them and I can't wait to release them all. Let's get straight into it. My how to stay motivated tip number one is that you have to be your biggest motivation. I can't say this enough because a lot of dancers are motivated by the wrong things, which is sort of like accolades or compliments or competitions, trophies, by impressing their peers or teachers. You have to be motivated for the right reasons, and honestly, you should be your biggest motivation because when you step into the classroom, you're trying to be a better version of you. You're not trying to impress the teacher or impress your peers. You're trying to obviously be driven by yourself. That is so important. So when you step into the studio, make sure you're going in with the right intentions, that you're trying to improve because you want to be a better dancer, not because you're trying to be better for something else or someone else. You want to make sure you're driven by you. I can't say that enough. My motivational tip number two is to remember that you will get knocked back and you will have setbacks. It's totally normal, but you've got to use them to drive you in the right direction. You can't let it stop you. You've really got to make sure that it keeps you going because every dancer goes through some sort of setback. Every best dancer in the world has honestly gone through probably a road like this to get there. It's not a really smooth and steady journey. Everybody goes through these moments that sort of it can make them feel like they're not good enough, but you've really got to make sure that when you do go through those moments, honestly, it'll make you appreciate the good times. It'll make you go, wow, I achieved that when something good does happen. If you've been sort of like this and you've had a steady road your whole entire career, you'll find you won't appreciate as much when you obviously get given amazing opportunities. So I really do believe that everybody has to go through knockbacks. When I was 12, I'd been a part of the Australian Ballet School ITP program for so many years, and I auditioned for the full-time program because honestly it was my dream. It was all that I ever wanted. I used to write on all my journals and diaries that I wanted to be in the Australian Ballet School. It was one of my biggest goals, and I had put all my eggs in one basket, and when the letter came through, I was rejected. And honestly, I was so devastated, but you know what I did? I made sure that I found out what I needed to fix, and I went to the right teacher who then could fix these problems, and thank you, Prue Bowen, who honestly helped my career so much and inspired me so much, and I used that letter to drive me in the right direction. And obviously I was then accepted into the Royal Ballet School in London. So it really does go to show that if you really make sure that you use those moments that maybe are slightly more negative, if you put them into a positive direction, it honestly can change everything for the better, and it teaches you a lot of lessons and it shows you what you do need to work on. Don't take these, rejections and knockbacks so personally. Really just make sure that you go, right, this is the feedback, this is what I've got to do with it to make me a better dancer. And if you have the right mindset, honestly, it'll take you so far. Just remember that. My how to stay motivated tip number three is to surround yourself with positive teachers and mentors and coaches. Honestly, that is so important. I have been obviously through this. I've had a career in this. I've been around teachers that have made me feel amazing and super inspired, and I've also been around teachers that have made me feel so low. And I can say that as a dancer, I reacted so much better and I would respond so much better in a classroom when I was around a positive influence and a positive coach. I've had inspiring and amazing coach and mentor, Prudence Bowen. There is no way I would have had a successful career with the Royal Ballet and Royal Ballet School. So without her, I wouldn't have been able to reach that next stepping stone. So that's why it's so important that you surround yourself with someone positive that you can rely on, that when you step into their classroom or studio, you know you're gonna walk out with a positive experience. This is exactly why I do what I do today, exactly why I coach and mentor, because My studio is so positive. That's how I operate. There is no other way I'd want it. It's exactly what I aim to be, exactly how I want to make dancers feel. I want to make them feel inspired. As I said, I've been around so many negative teachers, and it has really made me realize that being positive, it's exhilarating, it's amazing. I love making people feel that when they walk out of the studio that they've achieved something and they feel happy. I mean, what more could I want as a coach? It's incredible. So being surrounded by positive, supportive mentors, coaches, and teachers is so important. So important. So important. My how to stay motivated tip number 4 is to find a routine that's really easily maintained and something that's really consistent that you can really stick to, 5 to 6 times a week. Obviously, as dancers, you're in the studio for so many hours a day, but then you've also got things to do outside the studio, like exercises or cardio and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself, and you want to make sure that it is easily maintained. So you don't want to just be doing a routine for 4 weeks and then feel like you're burning out. You want to have something that is nice and steady, and you can stick to that, all year round. So as dancers, we obviously get so many exercises, and obviously I've shown you so many already through my tutorials. There's so many more to come though. But I give you so many exercises to work on. But what I want you to really do is to find the ones that really work for you. So don't pick 20, pick maybe 7 amazing ones that are going to make a good difference to you in your dancing, and stick to 7 every day. That's what my recommendation would be, because obviously as dancers you could do 30 exercises every day, but it's going to be really hard to maintain that. So obviously maybe when you're on holidays and things like that, you could maybe pick 10, stick to those, and then you know that you're going to be able to maintain that really easily. How to stay motivated tip number 5 is to have goals. No matter if they're big, small, whatever it is, you've got to have some sort of vision and some sort of goal. I remember as a dancer having a list of goals that were more achievable in a short space of time, like fixing my double pirouette, or I've got to balance better on my right foot. And then I'd have also a list of goals that would take a little bit longer, like joining the Royal Ballet Company, or joining the Royal Ballet School, or dancing a principal role on the Covent Garden stage. So you have to have goals, and you have to have a vision of what you want to do with your life. So I used to print out photos of Darcy Bustle and Marianella Nunez, and I would look at them and say, that's what I want to be one day. I think that's really important that you motivate yourself. So write out your goals, print out pictures of your goals, because the closer you are to them, the better. I used to have my goals written on a sheet of paper, and I would read them before bed every single night. And the more you can visualize what you want to do with your life, the better they'll be. So even today, I have so many goals that I want to achieve. I still make lists to this day. So they're obviously going to be different to a dancer's, but at the same time, in any profession, you've got to aim towards something. That is your motivation. Definitely, you've got to make sure that you're motivated towards that particular goal on that list, and then you can tick them off when you've done them. And then make sure also you've got to celebrate your goals when you've achieved them. Wow, make sure you celebrate it. Make sure you know, okay, I've achieved that. As I've said, all these tips are going to be amazing for you dancers. If you really take them on board, I know you're going to have an amazing career. Make sure you subscribe, and also let me know, as I said, if you want to see more of these videos. I'm so happy to film them because I love filming anything for all you dancers, and I can't wait for you all to see my class tutorial. I'm actually so excited. So you'll have a lovely day wherever you are, or night, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye!